Continuing our Commitment 2022 coverage, today people in South Carolina will cast their ballots for the next governor. As the candidates make their final pitches to voters, Governor Henry McMaster was in Greenville yesterday as part of his campaign bus tour. He spoke about his accomplishments in office and his administration's response to the pandemic. Cunningham, meanwhile, held his final campaign event in Charleston last night. He says he's focused on legalizing marijuana and sports gambling to create new revenue streams and eliminating the state income tax. Voters in South Carolina will choose a new superintendent of education today. The Democratic candidate is Lisa Ellis and the Republican candidate is Ellen Weaver. Ellis is a teacher and has been a teacher for 22 years, says her decades in the classroom make her the most qualified candidate. Weaver is the president and CEO of the Palmetto Promise Institute. She says her relationships with leaders in the General Assembly will get things accomplished. Furman political science professor Brent Nelson says these candidates represent the central beliefs of the two political parties.
So electing someone like Ellen Weaver would send a message to all of the politicians out there that have some control over education that school choice or some greater choice would be in the interest of South Carolina citizens. If they vote for Lisa Ellis, then they're really telling the system that we want more attention paid to the public system.
Current Superintendent of Education Molly Spearman announced last year that she would not run for re-election. Also on the ballot today, voters will be asked if they believe the state should increase its savings. This doesn't involve tax increases. The first one asks if voters think the state government should keep 7% of the previous year's revenue in a general reserve or rainy day fund, up from 5% right now. The second question asks if voters think the state should increase from 2 to 3% of the previous year's revenue to go into the capital reserve fund. Meanwhile, the Justice Department is sending election monitors to 64 sites across 24 states today. They will monitor compliance with federal voting rights laws. The Carolinas and Georgia are included in this list. The monitors will include personnel from the DOJ's Civil Rights Division and from its U.S. Attorney's offices. It's a practice to protect voters that traces back to the 1965 Voting Rights Act. Here's a look at the South Carolina, North Carolina counties where those election monitors are expected to be. In Georgia, they will be in Cobb, Fulton, and Gwinnett counties. We'll bring you updates on the election throughout the day here on air and on the WYFF4 mobile app.